lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you are new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos, that leave commentaries, and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright lovelies, let's dive into today's video.
So lovelies, I came by this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where this white woman actually called out a black nurse. And oh my god, this actually got a lot of people talking, and I was just able to pick some of the stitches. I'm just going to roll it as well as the video. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. But before then, let's dive into it.
Racism in healthcare definitely exists, and if anyone tells you it does not, they are a liar. And my daughter just experienced it for the first time today. I cannot tell you how many times I have been called to a patient room because, one, either the patient feels like the nurse that is African American is incompetent and does not know what they are doing, or two, they just do not want an African American nurse for no reason at all. I also cannot tell you the amount of times I have had to chastise or reprimand a white nurse because they are not giving an African American patient the exact same treatment or care that they would give a white patient. So my daughter is doing clinicals, and she went in today to do an echo scan on a patient. This patient, she said, was in her early 90s. White patient. The patient had her daughter in the room with her. My daughter is biracial. So to the world, of course, she is perceived as African American. They went in to do the scan. The daughter and the mother immediately looked at my daughter and told the preceptor, my daughter's preceptor, who is white, that they did not want my daughter to do the scan. They did not want my daughter to touch their mother, her mother. The preceptor said, I'm not sure what is the problem. She's very competent. I am right here. If anything, is done wrong, I can correct her. The daughter proceeded to say she did not care. She did not want my daughter to do the scan. She did not trust it. She did not want my daughter to touch her. The preceptor pushed her for what was the problem. The daughter finally admitted. It's because she's African American. She does not want her touching her mother. She does not feel like she is competent enough to do the job. My daughter looked at the preceptor. The preceptor again advocated that she's very competent, that she's right here overseeing. The daughter insisted she didn't want her to touch her. The preceptor said, it's fine, I'll do it. My daughter stepped out of the room. She did not get disrespectful. She actually went to the car and called me. She was in tears. She was so upset. Now, my daughter is a lot like me. My daughter actually wanted to go the fuck off. But because she knows she is a professional in a professional setting, she walked out and she came to call me. As a mother, I am pissed. I am just totally pissed off that my daughter was treated like that. But as a person who has worked in healthcare for many years, I'm disgusted. I am disgusted that people are this fucking ignorant in 2024. My daughter is very competent, and there are thousands and hundreds and millions of African American healthcare givers that are extremely competent. Some that are far more competent than their white counterparts. But ignorant ass patients like this and their families will never get to experience these wonderful healthcare workers because their fucking mindset is so stupid. And I hate that my daughter had to go through this. I am truly disturbed. But it's the reality of the world we live in. That people are just this fucking stupid.
Hey TikTok friends and family, you had to go back and watch this whole video. You have to watch the whole video because I experienced the same thing when I was an LPN. But in the North rock different. And I could tell she's from the South. The South is ignorant. They're very stupid when in the medical field. But when I went in there, I passed out my meds and I had to do wound care. Like, if y'all know what I'm talking about, you had to clean the wound, patch it, whatever. The son looked at me no offense, it's nothing about you, but I want you touching my father. I said, what? I don't want you touching my father. It's nothing against you. I said, it must be against me, bro, if you don't want me to do my job, bro. He said, no, did it? He was from the South, but he was in the North. You dealing, everybody know in the North, we don't play that shit. Not in the medical field, we don't. So, go get your supervisor. So he put my supervisor in there. It said the same thing. I feel uncomfortable for a black man to touch my dad. I'd rather have someone who looked like me touch my father. My supervisor said, he was white, he said, let me tell you something. He said exactly the same way. I overheard him. Let me tell you something. It'd be a cold day in hell if I go to another floor just to pull another nurse or LPN off that floor to come all the way off they station to take care of your dad. Now, if you don't want this young man to take care of your father, I will call the ambulance and we will place your father somewhere else. Sir, we already short-handed. That white supervisor was pissed. We already short-handed, because we always short on nurses, boy. We always short. We short-handed. We short-handed, and he said, if we wasn't short-handed, I still wouldn't pull another nurse off her station just to take care of your father. So what it gonna be, sir? You gonna let this young man come in there, or we could call the ambulance and send them somewhere else? And when they call the ambulance and send you somewhere else, it's not a good nursing home. I'm telling you. When we bring you somewhere, we're going to make sure you get the shittiest nursing home. So, he said, well, well, okay, if he know what he's doing. I walked in the room. I said, excuse me, sir, can you please leave the room? Oh, I wouldn't know. I have my rights. Can you please leave the room? I don't want you in this room when I'm taking care of your dad. So can you excuse yourself? And every nurse, every LPN, and a CNA have a right to tell the family to leave the room if they're going to stop you for doing your job correctly. He going to say, well, I don't have to leave. My supervisor came back down. Sir, did he tell you to leave the room? I don't leave. Sir, did he tell you to leave the room? Do you need to be escorted out of here with you and your dad? I don't play that shit, bro. But I know she talking about the South. The South dog the shit out of their fucking patients, bro. The South do not treat your patient right. Especially, they don't speak to white people right either. I see them dog the shit out of white people. So I'm not going to say they only treating black people in the nursing home bad. They dog the shit out of white people too. Old ones. You just don't know it because you ain't in there participating seeing your mama every day. You facts. I'm going to tell you a joke. I had to end it off with a laugh. I had to end this off with a laugh. And all black CNAs and black nurses and white nurses know what I'm talking about. This white lady came in a Ragley nursing home. And mother dropped her off, told her what she liked and everything else. Why'd she bring her to an all-black facility? We didn't see the mom in about 2 weeks after she dropped her off. When her mother came back, when her daughter came back, she didn't recognize her mother. Her mother had cornrows all in her hair. Her face was greased up. Walking to the restaurant, walking to the dining hall, they playing, "You're a big fine woman, want your back your ass up." Her mama up there bagging it up. That shit was crazy. She didn't even recognize her own mother. Shit. Your mother turned black in the black nursing home, boy. She be talking slang and everything. But what that young lady talking about is a true story. It only happened in the South. In the North, we don't play that shit. In the North, we don't play that racist shit. We racist, but we don't play when it comes down to medical because we already short-staffed, and you coming with your bullshit, we'll kick you and your elderly out of that motherfucker. Man, you have a blessed day.
I actually have a very interesting story about racism in nursing that I think could blow your mind. So obviously I'm black, and we all know that there are not a lot of black nurses, for one, let alone black ICU nurses. I'm typically the only one on night shift, usually. Here in California, it's better because I used to be in Wisconsin, but that's just how it is. And sure, you know, you have your racist patients that are very confused and delirious and that will yell out slurs, whatever. I'm not talking about that. Okay. So this was back in Wisconsin, and I was working with a nurse. She was very nice, very helpful, very smart, very kind. And this nice nurse was giving a bed bath with our tech, and the tech was black as well. And this nurse, she asked the tech, she's like, hey, you know, I didn't grow up around black people, so I never really got a chance to ask this question. But do black people wash their hands, or do they just grease them up? When I hear this, first thing I do is laugh, because that is the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. And then I got pissed, because that means you think that me, a black ICU nurse, does not wash your hands, which is putting my patients at an infection risk. Now you're insulting me personally. That was talked to with management, they handled it, whatever. Fast forward a week later, I'm taking care of a patient. She has DKA, little black lady, and we're in morning huddle getting like the rundown on all of the patients with all the nurses in the morning. And she goes, man, I hate taking care of DKA patients. They're always little black ladies who steal stuff. So then I go up to my manager. I'm like, look, this is the second time I heard her say some racist ass shit. You guys have got to do something. This is unacceptable. Management handled it. But shout out to the tech, because she called HR anonymously and was like, hey, this is what this nurse has been saying. The management team is aware, but I think this needs to be escalated. And she was fired less than a week later. But here's the bigger problem. She was fired. She's in NP school. And then she went to work at a different hospital in the area, maybe 15 minutes away. And the hospital that she's working at now, or was working at, it's a lower income hospital. If you know, you know. But the fact that she is now taking care of a majority of black and brown people is scary. And she actually got that job as a travel assignment, making double what she was making. And that just goes to show you, if you're racist in America, you can get away with anything. Nobody gives a fuck.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing today? So I was almost in tears watching it, because I just had a baby last year in July at Baptist East in Memphis, Tennessee, and I experienced it. The white nurses, they was racist as hell. I promise to you. They was racist, they was rude. It was the worst. I just had a bad experience at Baptist East altogether. This was my first child, and it's an experience that I never want to experience again. And I didn't realize that it was really like that. I done heard people talk about, you know, how white nurses are out there and stuff like that. But I was just like, I want to have my baby at Baptist East. It's a clean hospital, you know, it's nice. I want to have my baby there. Baby, the worst experience ever. The worst experience ever. I'm talking about the worst. The nurses, they was just so rude. They was rude. They was mean. They was nasty. Like, they never treated me with respect. Like, it was just horrible. So, like, I totally feel it. I totally feel her pain. I really do. And I know if I was a white lady in there having my baby, I would have been treated way more better than I was treated. Like, the lady didn't even it was so funny, because I wanted to breastfeed really bad. I wasn't producing any milk or whatever, and I had a C-section, and they was telling me that, you know, people with C-sections, milk take a little longer to produce, but I never produced milk at all. But the lactation, if I'm saying it right, the lactation nurse, anyway, the nurse that come in there to you know, assist you with trying to breastfeed your baby. Ooh, she was just so nasty. She was just so nasty. She really did not even want to touch me to even help me like hold a baby right, even try to get my baby to even latch on. It was just so crazy. It was like, I totally feel her pain. Like, it's just crazy. And I don't understand. I just don't. Like, whew, I want to be so nasty back with them. But God got them. He gonna handle them. I promise to you. I advise anybody, if you a black African American, don't go to Baptist East in Memphis, Tennessee. Don't go there to have no baby. The worst place ever. The worst place ever to have a baby. They so fucking racist out there. Racist as hell.
Unfortunately, this is the world, we are today. This is the world we are living in, and this is still happening in 2024. And when most of us try to like call out some people that does this kind of character, a lot of people tend to shave away with it. Like a lot of people think to like, okay, this do not actually, exist. I don't know. A lot of people are so ignorant to must have feel that way and still don't know exist in 2024. This is still happening. She is not even the first person that have complained about this. I have made a video, some videos countless times about, patients still complaining about the same thing. Do you know that the way at which they actually, treat patient is different from the way they treat their own white counterpart? Do you know the way at which this white, patient treats black people are different from where they treat the pan-colored people? This exactly also remind me of a video I staged of this pan-colored lady who still happens to be a student doctor, a nurse or something. She went ahead to talk about how, black people never own any country, that they are so good at picking curtains. Like, I could not even imagine that in 2024, people still have this kind of mentality. I think that we are actually moving forward from Ray and Says and all of that, but I do not know that if 2024 is actually going backwards. The noise I'm speaking about happens to, come online due to this Beyonce controversy of releasing her country music and all of that. She came out like, I don't know, maybe she had something. She was so bitter and all of that. She was like, what country are you people talking about? That what she could remember is that our ancestors were busy in the field picking curtains, that they never owned any country. Talk more of, being the sole, producers or whatever of country music. Like in 2024, somebody of this, such that owns this kind of, important in the society have to say something like this. So imagine this said nurse in the healthcare system, attending to black people. What do you think, or how do you think that they might actually, or she might eventually, treat this black patient? The way it is with the patient and the nurses and doctors and all of that, this is the way it is. This is the way it all is. There is rare and says, especially in this healthcare system, and this is where they show their level of variances. The way they will so ignore you, even if you're crying. Like, there is a video I staged one time that even till today, because I was one of the people that staged this woman when she was streaming live, and after everything, I learned that she could not, make it and all of that, and this really broke me. This woman was streaming live on Facebook because she was so tired. Like, she was in the hospital streaming live on Facebook, showing herself begging this. I think she is a sickle cell or patient or something. She's usually under pain and all of that. So she was begging this pan-colored, to administer a pain relief on her. She was begging for pain relief. She was crying. She have to come down from her bed down to the reception to tell you the level of pain that she was into. And they refused to listen to her. They ignored her. They saw her on the floor. They ignored her until when this woman started streaming live. While she was streaming live, a lot of people were screen recording her lives and all of that. And we saw the way this woman was begging. And when they saw that she was streaming live, that is when they used that they have given her a pain relief, that she's trying to abuse it and all that. But she was still telling you guys that you guys have not given her dose, that she's still in pain. Like this, she's still in pain. This is how they did back and front. She have to cut it off. The next thing we heard was they actually told her to leave the state hospital and refer her to another hospital. And later on, I don't really know what happened. We just heard that she was no more. Seriously, love this. These are the kind of thing, the kind of stories, when you hear, you get so so scared. And there is a study that have shown that patients who actually receive some medical treatment, black patients that often receive some medical diagnosis and treatment from a black doctor, often get well, often being treated well, compared to black ones that is being done with this pan-colored people. This is how the medical system have left us. There's another case that actually happened, was it last month, of a 36-year-old mom who happens to be an influencer. She was diagnosed of something that she never had because of act of negligence. She was diagnosed of something that she never had. She had this cervical cancer, I think so, but she was diagnosed of having fibroid, and they were just busy giving her, administrating her typhoid medication until when this cancer develops to stage 3 or something, which the doctor that actually still have to assuming she came, or assuming they knew that she had it for the first time, is something that can be reversed. But no, she went to a doctor, the doctor we're talking about, and she was, black women, you guys have high rate of fibroids and all of that, just keep taking your medication. Until one day, it takes years, the thing took her years, something that was happening since 2015 up to 2024. That was when they now discovered that it has already rocketed to stage 3. This is out of what? Carelessness, negligence. I don't care, it's none of my business. They can bear any kind of pain. Their body is so different. Like seriously, they believe that dark can bear a lot of pains because of some kind of experiment that was designed, or that was performed by a particular doctor on a slave woman. They have to do so many surgery on her without the anesthesia and all of that. So because of that, she was able to escape. They thought that maybe being dark skin and our skin is so strong that we don't feel pains. But how could you have such mentality? Just imagine what this biracial baby have to go through, all because she was born in a society that discriminates. Do you think that it's actually take an easy work for someone of that nature to be in such position? Do you think that the overqualified person or overqualified OBJ you can find is actually a black person? Because it takes a lot for them to get to the position. They need to go through a lot of screening, tests, exams, and all of that for them to get in a certain position. So if a woman, that pan-color woman, should tell this other lady that this girl or this lady is qualified and competent, she should be competent, because it takes a lot for a black person to get in a certain position. It takes a lot of sacrifice. Seriously. Seriously, this is a society we all find ourselves, and you just have to take by the grace of God and constant calling for all of this to disappear, which I know it might not even, but it's something that is manageable. Anyways, lovelies, this is just what I have for you guys, and I want to use this medium to thank my newest subscribers, to those people that gift me, to those people that appreciate the work I'm doing. Oh my goodness, I want to use this medium to say thank you so much for all the love, the super chats, the super gifts, and all of that. I'm receiving it, and I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate the love that you guys are showing me on this platform. And to those people that share my videos, that educate all of us, oh my goodness, thank you so very much. I appreciate it all. So guys, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of harassment or bullying or whatsoever. We're just here for educational, historical purposes, guys. Please share this video, subscribe if you're here to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next
Watch
one.
up to this extent. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that this channel, we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe, and leave your thoughts. And I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.